goals. Back straight away. Take a look as they work down the back chute, nose to tail, and 2 by 2. Doug Clark on the flag stand. Taking a look at the field. McCarl setting the pace. Stevie Smith outside of the front row as they work their way to the light line. Green is out. Here we go.
Stevie Smith did not get a very good start as Terry McCarl brought the field down for the green flag. Jason Myers already up to second and up to challenge McCarl for the lead.
3 wide back in the pack as we've got trouble in turn 1, but we stay green. McCarl leading into turn number 4. They'll work their way around lap number 1, but here comes Myers now. He's got McCarl.
Terry McCarl will lead lap 1 with Jason Myers right behind him. Now back up to third is Stevie Smith running in the 4th spot. It'll be Dale Blaney, Mark Tallmeyer 5th as they work their way down the back straightaway.
Brian Brown right there as well as they work through 3 and 4. McCarl back on the bottom now as Jason Myers leads off at turn 4. Here comes Stevie Smith. Now he's caught McCarl down into turn 1. McCarl to the bottom. Stevie Smith on the cushion. They'll work into turn number 2. Battle for second.
Side by side, down the back straightaway. Stevie Smith on the top. Now goes to the inside into turn 3. Now back to the cushion. McCarl low. Stevie Smith high. Wheel to wheel for second out of turn 4.
Brian Brown now up into the 5th spot as McCarl. Oh, McCarl gets up over Stevie Smith and spins it crashing down into turn number 1.
That's fucking awesome. This front wing's fucked.
Damage to Stevie Smith's car. You can see the nose wing sticking straight up in the air as McCarl and Stevie Smith got together at the midpoint of the front straightaway.
Johnny, they came down the front chute. McCarl came right up the racetrack trying to hold Stevie Smith back, got up over a wheel, and luckily did not turn the car upside down. But heavy damage on Stevie Smith's nose wing, as you can see, as they roll down the front straightaway. And McCarl sitting spun backwards on the inside of turn number 1.
Caution flag waving with 3 laps complete, 22 laps remaining, and hotfoot Jason Myers out in front of the field in car number 14. Restarting in second will be Stevie Smith, but again, the nose wing badly damaged on that car, not just sitting sideways, but actually standing straight up in the air on the right front corner of the Garage Electric Roadie Investments 1Z.
Well, Seth Bergman takes his car to the work area, and Johnny, my guess is they'll be doing some sort of a safety check on Stevie Smith's car because, as you said, for those folks watching at home at Turn 2 Media Knoxville Live, that nose wing is standing straight on its end, if you can imagine. Take the nose wing off one side, stand it straight up, and that's what you've got on the front of Stevie Smith's car number 1Z.
At the moment, restarting third will be the third.
Stevie Smith will be joining the tail, race fans. So the orange cone back on the front straightaway. Stevie Smith pushing off the Pella Motors pace truck in on turn number 2. Back straightaway, you can take a look at the field as they work their way down the back straightaway. Jason Myers out front. The car number 14 of Myers, bringing them around the bottom side of turn 3. Mark Dobmeyer and Brian Brown, your top 3 cars. Nose to tail as they work off at turn 4, down to the cone. Green is out.
Jason Myers jumps back out to the lead from the All-Star Performance number 14. Myers goes to the bottom in 1-2. Mark Dobmeyer on the top. Dobmeyer gets a run on Myers down the back straightaway for the lead. Mark Dobmeyer and Jason Myers nose to tail.
Good battle for the lead. Dobmeyer to the bottom of turn 4. They'll go side by side in turn number 4, but Myers too tough for Dobmeyer. He'll drive away Brian Brown in third. Now battle in the 4th spot. Here comes Justin Henderson. Henderson working on Dale Blaney, who's in that 4th spot. Brian Brown tried Dobmeyer in turn 2, but no.
Dobmeyer able to hang on to the 2nd spot as Brian Brown tried the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Dale Blaney to the bottom in 3 and 4. Here comes Justin Henderson on the top side of the racetrack. That's the race for 4th into turn 1. Now they'll swap grooves. Henderson low, Blaney on the cushion. Justin Henderson drives wide and take 4th.
He'll take the slide. slide job in the 4th spot in turn number 2. Blaney follows him down the back chute in the 5th spot. Darren Pittman running 6th. Craig Kinzer 7th. Here comes Brooke Tatnall down to the inside of Craig Kinzer. Side by side for the 6th spot in turn number 4.
Craig Kinzer able to hold off Tatnall for that spot, and now Lance Dewease looks to the inside as Tatnall goes right through the middle of the speedway. In turn 1, Dewease will drive by, and Lance Dewease will take 8th.
Jason Myers still leading off of turn number 4, but Mark Dobmeyer is reeling him in the car number 13. Brian Brown still running in the 3rd spot. Justin Henderson 4th. Dale Blaney 5th. Darren Pittman 6th. Craig Kinzer 7th. Lance Dewease, Brooke Tatnall, and now Craig Delansky up into the top 10.
Delansky started 22nd. He is 10th. We've got 8 laps complete. We've got a car slowing on the inside of turns 3 and 4. It's Stevie Smith once again in the 1Z.
So the caution coming back out onto the racetrack for Stevie Smith as he rolls to a stop in turn number 4. Looks like the nose wing has collapsed again on the car number 1Z, and that will bring out the caution. Well, Johnny, Mark Dobmeyer got a heck of a run on that restart on your leader, Jason Myers. Now they'll be nose to tail again. Will it work for him this time?
Have to wonder what Jason Myers will think for this restart. He went to the bottom in 1 and 2 the last time, and that's what allowed Dobmeyer to gain the momentum with a big run up on the cushion. This time, does Jason Myers go to the top side to try to protect?
Well, in the meantime, Ben Gregg has also pulled his chronic energy drink car, number 2B, down into the work area as Stevie Smith has joined him down front. Mike Roberts down into the work area.
Let me know when I care.
Ben Gregg back under power, back onto the speedway, continuing to work on the nose wing on Stevie Smith's car. We've got 7 laps down, still 18 laps remaining, and a couple of drivers to keep an eye on, including Craig Delansky and Kerry Madsen, who started in the 22nd and 23rd positions respectively. They have worked their way up to 10th and 11th.
Stevie Smith pushing back off in the car number 1Z. Kerry Madsen mentioned this afternoon in the press and media conference that they've worked a long time for this week. They had a special motor. They've ran one night. They've got this car. They ran it at one show. They put it in the box, kept it special for this week, and it's proving fruitful here tonight as he starts his march to the front. As you said, Johnny, starting in the 11th row. Back there, Kerry Madsen in the 12th row, actually, in that 23rd starting spot.
And Jason Johnson right there with them as well in 12th. Delansky, Madsen, and Johnson running at 10th, 11th, and 12th. They started 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Pella Motors pace truck pulls to the infield. Yellow lights go off in the cone, placed on the front straightaway. Jason Myers, Mark Dobmeyer, Brian Brown, Justin Henderson, Dale Blaney, Darren Pittman, Craig Kinzer, Lance Dewease, Brooke Tatnall, and Craig Delansky. Then it's Kerry Madsen, Jason Johnson, Ian Madsen, Jason Solwald, Paul McMahon, Bill Baylock, Terry McCarl, Roger Crockett, Billy Alley, Ricky Logan, Bergman, Stevie Smith, and Ben Gregg. $18 to go.
18. Did almost
Jason Myers waiting now on the throttle out of turn 4. Myers this time goes to the top side in 1 and 2. Dobmeyer tries the bottom, tries the slide job, but will lose some ground there as Smith pulls away. And now Brian Brown coming after Dobmeyer for second to the inside in turn 3.
Brian Brown will take the second spot in turn number 4 as he slides up across turn 4. Here comes Dobmeyer back to the inside. Side by side for second down the front straightaway. Brownie tries to squeeze it low, but Dobmeyer says no. He'll slide up across turn 2, take second back from Brian Brown.
Dale Blaney looked to the inside in 1 and 2, but could not get the 4th spot away from Justin Henderson. Henderson to the cushion in 3 and 4. Blaney back down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Dale Blaney works the bottom as does Brooke Tatnall as he goes to work on Lance Dewease down the front straightaway. Lance Dewease riding in the 6th spot. Brooke Tatnall running 7th as they work into turn number 2. Now Dewease starting to reel in Dale Blaney as he catches Justin Henderson into turn 3.
Blaney down low, Henderson on the cushion. Blaney got a good run off the bottom in turn 4 the last time live, but Henderson was just too strong this time, nearly able to make the pass. They'll go side by side into turn 1.
This time, Dale Blaney will make it work. He'll slide him across turn 2. Henderson will follow him off of turn 2, nose to tail, down the back straightaway. Blaney now up into the 4th spot. Your leader is still Jason Myers.
Keep in mind, Dale Blaney was second fastest during qualifying here this evening, and now runs on the 4th position, about 15 car lengths behind 3rd place Brian Brown, as Mark Dobbmeyer has really pulled away, and Dobbmeyer continuing to pursue leader Jason Myers. Last time by the lead, just a little over 3/4 of a second for Myers.
Craig Delansky now up into the 8th spot as he just went by Brooke Tatnall in turn number 3. Here they come off of turn 4. Now Delansky starting to reel in Darren Pittman down into turn 1. Battle in the 7th spot in turn 1, side by side for 7.
Craig Delansky down low out of turn 2. He'll still follow Darren Pittman down the back straightaway, racing for the 7th spot. This time by 13 laps down, 12 laps to go. Dobbmeyer gaining on leader Jason Myers.
Half a second behind your leader. Myers bobbles a little bit in turn number 2. Car slowing down the back straight, and here comes your race for the lead into turn 3 and 4. Dobbmeyer a big run. Slide job in turn 4. You've got a new leader.
Mark Dobbmeyer takes the lead out of turn 4. Dobbmeyer will lead lap number 14. Myers back to the inside in 1 and 2, and Jason Myers back out front. Caution on the speedway, however, Mark Dobbmeyer the leader as Baylog comes to a stop on the inside of 3 and 4.
Oh, and Johnny, what a run, because Dobbmeyer had caught the cushion and was driving back by him down the back straightaway. It was good. 4 yellow lights are off. Dobbmeyer bringing him down to the cone. Green is out. Dobbmeyer gets a good jump on the field down into turn 1. Dobbmeyer to the bottom. Myers right to the middle. Here comes Brian Brown up on the cushion. Your top 3 cars work off the high side of turn 2.
Meanwhile, Delansky down low, gets by Henderson, gets by dewease, and comes after Blaney for 4th. Myers with a slide job for the lead in 3 and 4.
Dobbmeyer never lifts. He drives right back by him on the top side of the racetrack. Good battle for the lead, and Dobbmeyer leads into turn number 2. Here comes Dale Blaney now to the inside of Brian Brown for 3rd.
Down the back straightaway, Delansky gets a run on Blaney into turn 3. Blaney on the bottom, Craig Delansky on the top. Delansky looking for the 4th spot, drives around the outside of Dale Blaney. Craig Delansky now 4th in the big game tree, stands number 7.
Dale Blaney 5th, Lance Dewey 6th, Jason Johnson 7th as he goes to the top side. Then Brooke Tatnall the 8th spot, Darren Pittman 9th. Battle for 10th now, a 3-car battle for the 10th spot in turn 2.
Craig Kinzer going at it with Justin Henderson and Kerry Madsen. Madsen slides up through the slick stuff in turn 2, and that will allow Kinzer and Henderson to pull away. Meanwhile, Brian Brown reeling in. 2nd place running Jason Myers, just a bit of Delansky gaining ground on both of them.
Just over a second, the gap between 1st and 2nd. Dobbmeyer leading around the top side of turn 3. Jason Myers, then Brian Brown, Craig Delansky. Here comes Lance Dewease now on the bottom side as Dale Blaney works the cushion in turn 4.
Dale Blaney to the high side out of turn 4, looking to get back by Lance Dewease. Dewease had taken over the 5th spot. Blaney trying to get it back, and right behind them is Jason Johnson, who started dead last.
Your leaders work off of turn 4. They can see the lap cars entering into turn number 1 as they work behind the flag stand right now. Your top 4 cars unchanged as they work around the racetrack, but now Dale Blaney and Lance Dewease continue to battle for the 5th spot.
Actually gaining a little bit of ground now on Craig Delansky as they work down the back straightaway. Dewease about 4 car lengths in front of Blaney. Here comes Jason Johnson, and now Dewease gets a run on Delansky on the bottom in 3 and 4. Lance Dewease and Craig Delansky side by side. Dewease will take the 4th spot.
Battle back there in 6th as well. Jason Johnson out to the inside of Dale Blaney. Dale Blaney up on the top, Jason Johnson on the bottom. They'll go side by side. They'll catch Craig Delansky down the back. In a 3-car battle, they'll drive by Delansky for 5th.
Craig Delansky slowing a little bit into turn 3 and trying to hit the bottom of the racetrack. I think he saw the bottom when Dewease got by him trying to get down there, but his car is just not that good down on the low side of the speedway.
Your leader, Mark Dobbmeyer, working by the scoreboard. This time by will be 3 laps to go for the car number 13 of Dobbmeyer. Jason Myers still running 2nd. Brian Brown running 3rd. Lance Dewease 4th.
Dobbmeyer's lead, a 2.5 seconds as he works out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Main event winding down here on Lucas Oil qualifying night, and Craig Delansky struggling down on the bottom of the speedway. Brooke Tatnall goes by. Craig Kinzer goes by. Darren Pittman goes by. Justin Henderson goes by. Delansky off the pace down the backstretch.
Trouble for the big game tree stands car number 7, but this time by the white flag will be coming out as your leader, Mark Dobbmeyer, into turn number 3. This time we'll see the white flag as he exits turn number 4. 1 lap to go for Dynamite Mark Dobbmeyer.
Mark Dobbmeyer into turn 1, rides the cushion around the top of the racetrack, into turn 2, down the back straightaway for the final time.
Mark Dobbmeyer on his way to a qualifying night winner on the high side of turns 3 and 4. Race fans, off of turn 4, your winner, Dynamite Mark Dobbmeyer.
2nd will go to Jason Myers. Finishing in the 3rd spot, it will be Brian Brown. Coming home 4th, it'll be Lance Dewease and Jason Johnson from dead last to 5th.
Dale Blaney comes home 6th. Brooke Tatnell 7th. Craig Kinzer 8th. Darren Pittman 9th. And Justin Henderson rounding out your top 10.